My name is Lecturer Clergy Bishop Kenya Michael Oltome speaking here in Nairobi National Government. As usual in my morning devotion here, Kazi Village, Kazi's constituency, Mianko Ward. This is actually the sanctuary of God I'm speaking. And in my morning devotion today at 9:47 a.m., 21 minutes ago, I've read about Psalms 113 verse 5. And the topic is about God Almighty, helping the needy poor people in social security protection. I'm actually directing this kind of a message particularly to the needy people and also to the rich who are also facing problem because of the imposition of the taxes of Kenya Republic. So we are all level-headed in Kenya nowadays, be you rich or poor, because now the government is also making those who are rich to be very poor. So the topic is about poor, needy people in Kenya Republic and other nations, social protection from God globally. The most profound question: how does God Almighty raise the poor, needy people to live their lives spiritually, socially, economically, and in their physical living conditions? From what we have read, I've read about Psalms 113 verse 5. God Almighty is in His greatness shows His concern for the poor people and needy person living on planet Earth nation worldwide. Don't think that God has forgotten you. If you are in hospital or you are also lacking some social basic necessities like food, clean water, and also facing other challenges like health care problems, you don't have money to go to hospital or money to take your children to schools because you are poor. Remember today God is saying He is actually having so powerful kind of greatness, and He has a concern for your needy kind of life. This word comes from Elkanah, barren woman or wife in that case. The second wife also of, first wife of Mr. Elkanah after Peninnah was also a man of God, and Anna was also the mother of, Prophet Samuel. He was actually a polygamous woman in a polygamous family of Mr. Elkanah. We are told the word of this lady who was barren for so many years, but God gave her, not him, I'm sorry, and also him, the husband, because both of them owned the child, Prophet Samuel. We are told the word came from Elkanah, barren wife mouth, Anna, who prayed desperately for a child specifically, and also promised God that He will take the child to the priest called Eli, to be brought up in God's sanctuary in 1 Samuel chapter 2 verse 8. Later we are told actually God had this woman and He gave that his request. So God gave him a child who was actually taken to the sanctuary of God called Prophet Samuel, and also became also later on the leader of Israel and advisor of the president Jeroboam also. And later also killed so many Baal prophets who have been actually disturbing Israelites and other nations from Phoenician country. We are told he has killed them 450 Baal Asherah kind of false prophets, and killed 400 Baal prophets, totaling 850. Prophet Samuel killed 400 Baal prophets and actually 450 Asherah false prophets to save people spiritually, socially, economically, and physically of Israel, and Phoenician likewise. We are told actually why did King Ahab of Judah allowed Prophet Elijah to kill his Phoenician wife Jezebel, false prophet numbering 400, and also 450 Asherah false prophets of that time were also killing people spiritually, socially, and economically. The king gave orders the prophet to kill his wife, false prophet, about 850. This false queen is Jezebel, King Ahab's wife. Actually, the king of that time, called Ahab, had sensed in his own mood that these human beings have been misleading and causing a lot of God's wrath or judgment to the land of Israel. And so he gave him, to kill them in a kind of a vengeance or revenge, kind of retaliation, kind of a, mood. So we are told in 1 Kings chapter 18 verse 40 and 19, he has cleared about 400 false Baal prophets. And also in verse 19 of the same kind of a king, 1 King chapter 18 verse 19, he has also killed additionally 450 Asherah Baal false prophets. In that case, that execution was actually according to God's plan and according to the king's plan. Simply because why do God allow habitual criminals to be killed globally, including in Kenya? Because they are going to be jailed in Kenya for life, which is just equivalent to death, almost close. In Deuteronomy chapter 19 verse 13, we are told there are three primary reasons for capital death penalty for human killers or murderers. Because the wages of sin is death in Romans 6:23. The first actually reason is the land needed to be cleansed of guilt because innocent people's blood had been shed since from the very beginning up to today. Okay? If you read actually the Genesis chapter 4 verse 19, Cain decided to kill his brother Abel. And the blood of that human being is still crying from the ground up today. About 1,440 years ago, still crying from the ground, needing to be revenged, to be paid back. Number two, things will not go well for the rest of the community persons living in that country which does not kill people who are murderers. Because the blood of those who are dead by their hands are still crying from the ground. So that's another second reason. Another second reason from actually my devotion today, many theologians also trained scientists, scholars, like me too, was trained at Kazi College for 4 years, Vision International University in Nairobi, in an extension of Nairobi County Government. Alright, Kiambu County Government, Vision International University, Ramona, California, United States of America, and I've led campus here. I've also studied there 3 years, and Kazi College, United County for 4 years. And then distance learners also Columbia International University here in Kenya, this of Islamic Studies, 3 years. Slightly more than 10 years studying theology. So many theologian trained scientists, scholars see also another view, reason for capital death penalty, because it used to deter, to prevent other habitual criminals or habitual criminals from continuing murdering human beings globally. Though God did not mention this idea now in this verse, but it has mentioned also in Exodus chapter 20, verse 13, that you are not supposed to kill, you do not murder. So God Almighty has seen it so clear that, I've stated clearly that, if people tolerated the taking of innocent human life in vain, okay, those criminals, then we will have actually no continuity of humanity, society, communities. So they have to face death penalties. Other references you can read also Deuteronomy chapter 21, verse 7 to 9, Numbers chapter 35, 3 to 4 verses. Because God also as used to hold humanity life in high esteem and required the payment of debt for death, the kind of penalties for all those evil doers who are killing human beings. They are not allowed to snip to sniff out humanity lives without reasons. So you can read that one also in Exodus as an internalize. Exodus chapter 21 verse 23 to 25 and Leviticus chapter 24 verse 17 to 22. So murder offense is particularly an offensive to God Almighty because it destroys a person's life who bears the image of God on planet Earth. In this context then, capital death penalty, punishment, promote the sanctity of life and the value of every human that God created in his own image. What is the image of God that you and I, human beings in general, bears? In Genesis chapter 1 verse 26. God Almighty image does not refer to anything physical here, but rather spiritual. Most people used to point out that human spirit is untouchable. I am speaking now, and this is now what we call the spirit. Alright? My voice here is a spirit. It will not die. My psychic knowledge cannot die. What will die is actually my physical body, which will be clothed again later on after destruction by God Almighty and unite with my spirit and soul, nafsi, which is my psyche. So humanity component is three in nature. I have my body, I have my spirit, the one I'm speaking, and I have my knowledge, psyche. Alright, nafsi cannot be destroyed. So I'm actually in three kind of components. And this body now, temporal one, will remain here on the grave. Okay, inside grave, or on the land, likewise, graves. It depends if you are not buried. Alright? But my psyche, my intellect, my spirit, the one I'm speaking, will not be destroyed. God will use it to unite with another glorious body, like the way you plant seed and you harvest, you will harvest again another one germinating properly. So each individual person can communicate with God and have a relationship with the Creator through my spirit now, and my psyche also carrying my body carrying my spirit, and nafsi, soul, in that case, in Swahili language. Some expression of human spirit may be the conscious. I'm a conscious person with intellect, will ability, decision making ability, and emotion. You can make me angry or happy. So such abilities like now personality of will and emotion and my intellect is actually what also God possesses in his attributes. You can make God happy or angry because he has knowledge and wisdom beyond us actually, obvious. So in his character, he also is knowledgeable and also omniscience, and so so power, so also conscious. All right. Okay, and knowledgeable as well, alright, and omnipresent, or present everywhere, and omnipotent, so powerful, and omniscient, so knowledgeable. So these three attributes also of God, character, resembles human beings, but his is more super, God abilities. God has a ability to make choice, good or bad, but is always good choices. Although he can also use wrong kind of choices to make people, to punish people. Particularly, he can also make rulers who are bad in his choice to punish people to obey God's laws and also the law of the land. So in this case then, the Bible speaks of other characteristics of God Almighty, that is actually righteousness and holiness, also human being possess, particularly saved one. In Ephesians chapter 4 verse 24. Another thing I need you to know is how much influence did God Almighty prophets have in the land of Israel and even today in Kenya and other nations with godly human beings who are prophets. This information we are going to read in 1 Kings chapter 12 verse 24 was written, a long time ago, 560 to 550 before Christ's birth. And we are told, how could one man called Shamir, man of God, simple speech halted an entire army of Israel ready for battle against the oppressive enemies of that time. He has told them, hold on. Okay? So in that kind of sense, we are seeing that the king of that time called Jeroboam used to hear this priest called Shamia, you know, wise counsel, because they are not wrong at times. All the time he used to give Israelite hope, and the king also wise counsel of that time. So we are told King Rehoboam of Israel used to consult him whenever even people rebel against him. And even before the soldiers go on to any war, he used to consult him. So in that case then, we are told the king actually used to obey and also reject sometimes or disregard rarely this prophet kind of wise counsel, according to what we are speaking, what we are hearing, and also I'm speaking on your behalf. The stake ideas here is that actually the prophet used to tell the truth, and the king used not to divide his wise counsel advice, like the way I'm giving the president of Kenya. That I needed even soldiers myself to go and rescue our human beings who are buried in churches up country. And I thank God because they have agreed to do so. I went to the deputy president office yesterday. Alright? And they have agreed. They are telling me that they have already written a letter, and they are just waiting for them to endorse actually the signature for me to be given anti-terror police and also facilitation money to go to Marsabit county government along the border of Kenya and Ethiopia, and not very far also from Somalia, to check spiritual affairs there and to exhume people who have already I mentioned. In African churches, particularly my church there in Marsabit sub-constituency, near the border of Ethiopia, not very far, and also we are borrowing Somalia, controls federal state or county government of Wajir. Songa constituency, Saku constituency of Marsabit, Songa location. We have 80 youth who are buried in the church compound. We have also in the church, 3 priests buried in Anglican church township. And in my location, not very far, is an extension of Marsabit town. 13 kilometers from the town, we are just at the base of, the foot of Mount Marsabit, near Lake Paradise. We have people who are buried in the churches there who have been actually killed by terrorists, alluding with an untrained priest, which I cannot repeat again. One of them is also trained for 2 years, after 4 years trainee in Pwani Bible Institute. 4 years trainee a half day because Mombasa is hot. So it's a 2-year trainee. Bishop Daniel Emared of Marsabit now, who has fled from Marsabit town and has no office, to the forest where his home is, alright, after selling the land and selling people blood, and live on and fake priest again, which I have removed from the church last year. Alright, together with another, they are alluding with the terrorist. Alright, together with another teacher called Francis Lekanabal, the headmaster of Songa Primary School. And also fake priest, Daniel Sole is not trained priest. He used to have some fake papers from situated degree. And it was actually apprehended by Kenya, Kenya WS, Kenya Wildlife Service, anti-terror group. They told me they want to shoot, to give them an okay to shoot them, but I told them just leave them until we get all of these criminals and put them in one basket, in that case, for punishment. So the matter is going to be answerable for the death of those human beings, particularly African and Chad. We have given 25 stations, which I've already mentioned. I cannot keep repeating, but one of them is not in the paper. And I've already alerted the office of the deputy president and also Milk Command Office, the internal security ministers, all of them honorables. It's actually Barway with another evangelist called Leauguza. So that one is not in the paper, but it is actually one of the 25th station. I'm going to take the anti-terror police. And if the person we get there is not trained priest, you will face a very severe kind of punishment of God wrath, and also the punishment from the state laws, alright, from law enforcement agencies, the police, Kenya anti-terror police, paramilitary, which I'm going to take them obvious with armed vehicles and also anti-mines armored vehicles, because we cannot risk our lives when we know the area is very volatile. So the question here is that actually, and also the answer, King Jeroboam of Israel used to hear this prophet advice called Shamia. Alright? Because actually he used to give the right to true kind of advice to the king, for the betterment of Israel administration rule that time, like the way I'm doing even to Kenya. So here now we can see he was actually a right preacher. Shemaiah, man of God of that time, was also a counselor, wise counselor, a man of vision and dreams, and used to give the king a wise advice actually at that time of Israel. So he was a very sincere, with an empathy, conviction, compassion, integrity, among other, righteousness and holiness life. So in a similar kind of manner, we need to know that actually God inspired word in 1 Timothy chapter 3:16 want us actually to know that also a security is a shared mandate, which of course we need to speak the truth, alright, and shame the devil, and it is actually for our safety and protection. Security affairs is a shared mandate. You have to report anybody who is actually killing us, so that they can be apprehended. Be your neighborhood, in all 47 county government, 290 constituencies, and 1,450 assembly. You have to be your brother's keeper and sister's keeper. You don't allow somebody to kill me when you know that is planning to kill me. Report to the nearest police station, alright, for the person to be apprehended. That's my word today. Because security of humanity, safety and protection is a shared mandate. All people living in Kenya, regardless of which race you come from, tribe, color, gender, religion, the first rule is our life sanctity, and it should be a shared mandate for us to have a kind of vigilance that embraces kind of love, peace, unity of purpose in Kenya and beyond nations. So, in case you have any question, contact me. I am also looking forward to the United States of Kenya Republic President 2027 election period, with other helpers, like my powerful near future priestess, near lovely first lady wife priestess, Honorable Shalil William Ruto, Kenya President, the youngest daughter. No objection. I said on several occasions. And I also visited their, Faith Evangelistic Ministry Family Church on this month, first week of this month. No objection, it is here. And my powerful Vice President, of the United States of Kenya Republic, the coming government, to my Liberation Party, ruling table government, is none other than my powerful Vice President, Honorable Nixon Kufagia Jeremiah, retired Kenya Army KDF Brigadier, in charge of Battalions Music Band, all over Kenya Republic before his retirement age, but now he's starting afresh again to be Kenya Vice President. I was deputizing him in 2022, but now he's deputizing me this time around. And actually, the other person in our hierarchy of, United States of Kenya Republic coming government is my powerful Prime Minister, Honorable Dr. Barack Hussein Obama, retired United States of America, Vice President, who will be in charge of all government businesses and state agency affairs. No objection. Our political philosophy, religious political context, RPP contact phone numbers call +254 795 979 848 or +254 739 203210. Our email is bishopkenyaro@gmail.com. Check also our website www.thebibleguideblogspot.com. If you want to reply, check us also on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp. Those numbers particularly +254 795 979 848. That is Safaricom line. That's now my WhatsApp number. Another number now I said +254 7392 03 210. So that is actually my devotion this morning. All right, and I just want you also to see that today the Kenya government want extra 32 billion Kenya shilling to convert security operation along the border of Ethiopia, Somalia, and also Sudan. You see that? That's why now I also needed those human beings now when we will go with this kind of soldiers, paramilitary general service unit anti-terror group, to Marsabit with this kind of vehicles, obvious. Alright, you can see it here. Okay, the one which is actually armored vehicles, which can detect even mines where we cannot be blown off. I said actually those people are dead to be compensated by the Kenya government. 8 of them in AIC Songa African Church, my church, which will be called Interdenominational Church International, because I'm given by AIC African Church head office. Alright, 25 stations, it will be called Interdenominational Church International. I've been teaching their pastors African Church Bible College for many years, and also Covenant College of Missions International for many years, and also I've taught paramilitary general service unit, Islamic and Christian theology, good theology and terrorist theology, here in Nairobi National Government for 12 years, 2004 to 2016, even pre-post-election violence. So I'm not short of knowing about security affairs. So we are less than 590 million. It's less than 1 billion shillings, which is now stated here. The government need 32 billion for this kind of operation along the borders. But they want now to exclude my youths and also the priests of Anglican Church, Marsabit Township. Those priests are supposed to be paid also 50 million anyway, not even 30, which have been given politicians, because they, a delayed kind of justice is a denied justice. So even the priest, like Anglican bishop from Britain, the founder of Anglican Church in Diocese Marsabit, is supposed to be exhumed also, British, and paid 50 million by Kenya government. The British will know, embassy should know what to do, alright? Because I've already alerted them. And also the Prime Minister knows of Britain. Where they will do a cremation and take it to Britain, or the execution. That's what I was told by some high profile kind of Kenyan Anglican priest. They are thinking on those lines, which of course I don't have any objection myself. But the government of Kenya need to pay him 50 million. And also Andrew Toye, Bishop Andrew Toye of Gabra, of Anglican Church Marsabit, will be given 50 million. And also William Wako of Anglican Church Marsabit, Borana, 50 million. The children are crying, and the families also entirely, wives. Kabale of Bishop Andrew Adana Toye, Naomi, Jay Wako is also crying, the wife of William Wako, Bishop William Wako. Alright, those priests were crying, their blood are crying from the compound of the African Anglican Church, Marsabit Township, like the blood of Abel, the blood of 8, youth of my African Church, Songa, which is now called International Church International, also crying from the ground, 8 of them. They're supposed to be paid 50 million also, each of them, and also the injured one, 4, should be paid 25 million each. So that's about 500 Kenya shilling, 590 million, less than 1 billion. So today we are told the Kenya government is planning to have a massive kind of operation along the border, because we are losing a lot of human beings. We are killed also by Oromo Liberation Front militias from Ethiopia. We are also, but Oromos are the ones who are killing Marsabit mostly. Not even Al-Shabaab, although they used to hit us once, because we are bordering Wajir county government, but not as the way now. This one we are expecting that it is Oromos who have killed these human beings. So what we are saying, Ruth also have this kind of pact, this kind of agreement between him, and Raila Amolo Odinga. People are not liking, they don't want. Alright, that's why now people are heckling the president whenever he's going. The youth are resulted to become so disobedient to the president. Whatever he goes to 47 county government, 290 constituencies, and 1,450 assemblies. So the teachers also Paris is say that they needed actually 17 billion extra budgets. So it meant the case is also on because the money are not increased yet. They needed actually 17 billion Kenya shilling for them to get a pay rise according to Macharia, who is actually the lady which is dealing with that collective bargaining agreement of teachers. I know her. He told me one time again to be a teacher of junior secondary teachers, teaching them religious education, but I not started yet. So I'm a politician, looking forward to be United States of Kenya Republic President. I also want to say pole sana for those who have lost lives in Samburu County, so many of them, during the skirmishes of clashes between Samburus and Turkanas. Because Samburus are saying Turkanas have trespassed to enter the territory without their consent, and they came and killed some Samburus a month ago. And they are warned to go back to their county, which is about 77,000 square kilometers area, one of the arid and semi-arid lands areas, with people with guns. Samburu have guns, Turkana have guns, Pokot have guns, Somalis have guns. Alright, and other people also have guns, not only them. I'm just giving examples. Borana have guns, OLF of Marsabit also, and in Ethiopia. Because now Ethiopia is being ruled by OLF, and we have even, they are now, in Ethiopia, even our governor is in Ethiopia. All our leaders, even my circle constituency, where these human beings are dead, General Razo, Kenya retired army, is our Marsabit, member of parliament. He's in Ethiopia. Alright? I don't know whether that Burji of ours also, Honorable also Chute, is in Ethiopia, but I've not seen him, whether he's there, because there are a few Burjis in Ethiopia, also they're in Kenya, likewise, and we have assimilated them. They are now like some Maasais in Marsabit. Rendila likewise, they are Maasais. Samburu likewise, Maasais in Marsabit. These are the small tribes. Turkana, a few Turkanas who are mixed Samburu's blood, and we call them, we have also some Turkanas in Marsabit who are mixed blood between Samburus and Turkanas, which are, they are now more or less like Samburus more than Turkanas because of intermarriages in Marsabit. Now they are also Maasais. Alright, we have those kind of human beings who are assimilated. So what I want to say, I say pole sana kwa hiyo watu wameuawa wingi sana. There's so many who are killed. And Samburu County is also one of the biggest county, about number 10. Turkana County is the biggest in Kenya Republic among 7 county government, followed by Marsabit, because it has 80 square kilometers, Turkana County, followed by Marsabit, about 71, close by 1,080 square kilometers. So I want people not to crisscross, particularly these pastoralists with guns, to other people's territories. Alright? Because Ethiopia have guns, civilians have guns, South Sudanese have guns, Uganda, Karamajong have guns, civilians, Somalis, Al-Shabaab have guns, Jubaland have guns, civilians, and also Kenyans have guns. Alright? All these countries, because, it's uncontrollable, they used to crisscross, the borders even. Sometimes you see Ethiopian animals coming to Kenya, Marsabit. And also Marsabit sometimes cross to Ethiopia and Somalis also. Well, yes, sometimes Samburu also can trespass to Wajir County, and Wajir County can trespass to Samburu County, and likewise, without knowing. Because there is no, such kind of demarcations. We don't have fortified walls. And these people, most of them are not landed. Their God is just their guns, nothing more. Alright? And their government, some of them don't even know who is the president of Kenya. There's people who are just minding their own livestock, right? Okay? So, I want even the administrators, like chiefs, and district commissioners, deputy county commissioners, regional commissioners, politicians, to tell people about their boundaries, because they don't know. Turkana can come to Samburu County without knowing. Samburu can go also to Turkana County without knowing. Pokot can come to Samburu County without knowing. Turkana likewise. Alright? Somalia likewise. Borana likewise from Ethiopia. They cross, okay, and they don't know that they are in Kenya. And Somalis likewise. Some of them can come just through even Wajir all the way to Marsabit. And they have ID card from Ethiopia. And some even from Somalia. Some from Jubaland. They don't know that they are in another country. So, administrators are the one who are supposed to tell these human beings, you know, the importance of redefining their boundaries. Because even this house I'm now speaking, this sanctuary of God, alright, has boundary. Alright? It has been measured, the width and length and the height of the house. It has some kind of a defined boundary. My height is about 5 point something meters, 4, 5, 6 there. You see? So, that's the kind of the boundary God has defined for my height. I can also not go to people's, bedrooms. Because it's a question of what kind of place. I'm not supposed to be there. Neither someone also to come to my bedroom without my permission. Why? There is a sitting room. Alright? Places where we can sit and also chat and talk and then live there. Offices also likewise. Even when I went to the Deputy President office yesterday. Alright? There is actually a kind of a reception. A place you can go and rest. And then you will be also called out the office, which will help you. And there's also secretary kind of records offices. Alright? Boundaries. Alright? And where the Deputy President sit, where the President sit, where the Secretary sit, where the PS, personal assistants. I went also to Murkomen office. It was a very nice welcome. I got a very good, servant of God, personal assistant called Heavens, Kiptum, Samarakwet. He's a good man. Alright? The soldiers are also very good human beings in those areas, in these offices. They are not drunkard. They are well-disciplined soldiers. Receptionists likewise. Very excellent human beings. So what I want to say, because the boundaries are defined, they are redefined. You know your boundary. That I'm a secretary, I'm keeping records. I'm told now by the, the secretary, which was actually handling that matter of mine, that before even Friday, we have written, the letter is ready, we'll give you before Friday. And he gave me her name. Yes, I'm the one dealing with this matter. And the office of the Deputy President has approved the letter. There's no problem. Alright? And it only gave me actually an open kind of testimony. Even my name is, come and collect from my hand. I am here. My name is this. She gave me the name. Melvin, record office. I am now waiting. Okay? That kind of, I'm going to collect my letter, an official letter of that operation, Kufagia Shetani in Upper Eastern Marsabit, and other counties too, but particularly Marsabit, where we have so many priest laws of America and also other nations, even Germans and others, Canadians, and so many other Australians. In Marsabit, not only those one I've mentioned, I've already written to America. The President of America has all these details. I've already written to him through my email, through WhatsApp, through Twitters. He has all this information. The President of US, Donald Trump, because even Americans we have lost so many priests. Alright? We have been stoned, including myself. And I was relocated to go and teach in Narok Bible College. Although my home area now is Marsabit. And the priests I've left there, they're all finished. Those one are highly learned men. Like the one I mentioned, Capra, of Anglican Church, who took over peace initiative from me. And he was scratched mysteriously by a helicopter of police. Marsabit, Kufagia, along that area too. Karibuna KWS, Kenya Wildlife Service camp. Alright? Yes. The plane came down actually. It was nearly even I was nearly to hit us. Near the camp of the KWS when we were just seeing it. We don't know what happened. We're just seeing the plane coming down. I was all, yeah, with other human being when we are traveling from Songa to Marsabit. I was nearly even to go and touch. The soldiers have refused me to go and get hold of the burning, priest. Andrew Adano Tuya, it's my best friend. The KWS refused me actually to get hold of him. Alright? Otherwise he came down and then it was burning actually like ashes. So we are restricted by the soldiers not to to be banned, all of us also together. Also other with people from Songa and KWS camp, Marsabit. So what I want to say here, and also William Wako perished in helicopter crash and went with the all politicians of Marsabit, 4 of them, at Kufagia. So what I want to say here, we need to be our brother's keeper and our sister's keeper. And let's help each other. And I am very sure God is able to hear our prayers. Even in Ephesians chapter 3, verse 20, with God all things are possible. Those of us who are living, let's help also those who are living and dead ones. Because now those priests and also the families of those who are affected, they are still alive, their families. And they are suffering a lot. Okay? The priests, the politicians have been paid 30 million, each of them by President-elect, Honorable Kibak government. But the priests are not. Those youth are not. So, anyway, this government now, we are going to hold it accountable to do that. Maybe God has preserved their lives for this government. Maybe God has seen this is the government is going to be responsible. Eh? Probably. Because now, the way I'm seeing, I can see a light in the tunnel. Because they have told me before Friday, that work will be completed. It is ready. The letter is ready, and the operation ya kufagia Shetani kiasi tunaweza itaanza. And if you are not a priest and we get you from those stations, you will not be left actually untouched. You will face as a fair kind of a reward from the government of Kenya, laws, and also the government of God, theocracy rule. Okay? Yes, we are going to deal with you affair. If you are just becoming actually a fake priest, alluding with terror group to kill human beings, putting on a fake collar, we will call the institution which you have studied, like me now, people will call where I have studied. I have studied Bible College. Okay? My principal, I graduated 2000, after 4 years. And also Visual likewise, 2004, America. Vision International University, Ramona, California, Annapolis campus here in Lemur campus. All my details are there in those institutions, including my primary school record. Alright? Primary school record for primary is standard 1. My record is there in my primary school. Secondary high school is there. Marsabit boys. Completed 81. My record is there after 4 years. And also institution I've studied. You cannot miss my record there. That I was there surely. Alright? I was also a captain of a Haveris home house as a captain prison, as a leader, private of high school, Marsabit boys. Alright? I was also Christian chairman. All my record is there. And who I am there. Alright? Christian chairman. So I was a leader. Alright? Okay? Simply because God has seen me and the teachers that I'm responsible, and I'm also a competent student, obvious. I used to even to teach some of my friends chemistry, alright? And they also teach me other lessons, other subjects, which I don't know properly myself, because you cannot know everything yourself. So what I want to say here, alright? And also English language, because my mom was a maid, so I knew English even properly before I went to school properly. Even in class 1, I can speak English, I can command English, because my mom was a maid of a Reverend L. Anderson, British American, who baptized me 1975, December 25th. Because I was playing with his, daughters, small girls of my age, Kazi, and also, another one. Okay? I've been actually playing with these kids, other kids of Reverend Wilson and others. My mom was Marsabit, Kazi, and also Heather. So we used to play with these kids. So I knew English even before when I was class 1. Because of this kind of interaction of my mom being with me. Otherwise, may God bless you. These are my customers here. I have also priest. Reverend Kimiti is also one of me. He's also one of my priests. I have also, Sally. She's also one of the ladies here helping us. So I'm speaking in Nairobi National Government. Nairobi, Embakasi is called the Embakasi village. And I think I've concluded my matter, which I wanted to speak. So I want also to know that human beings, we need to help each other, and to be, to know the security affairs as a mandate, which is a shared kind of a mandate. Let's help each other. And pray for me and the soldiers I'm going to have to go to those ends of Marsabit, volatile area. And I said actually, ninasema pole kwa Turkana na Wasamburu walipotesha watu kwa sababu ya kupigana. It was a very big war. We are told a lot of, according to the media, a lot of human, animals have been actually taken, okay, from Turkana by Samburus. Okay, and Samburus are in many counties. They are in Samburu County, they are in Marsabit, they are in Isiolo, they are in, in Laikipia. All right, Samburus are everywhere in those counties, although they have their own counties. So we cannot know which Samburus are, particularly at this, because these warriors are from all those counties, and they can crisscross without knowing. So we don't know which soldiers are, which military, these are Samburus who have hit some Turkanas, who have trespassed to their territory. So I want also the Turkanas to go back to their territory. Not that the Samburu hate them, but let them go and graze in their 77 square kilometers area county government, so that they cannot come to Samburu County, which is about less by far that kind of square kilometers. So they will not keep on fighting and kill each other. Otherwise, nasema pole kwa wote, and let's be wise and love also each other. Otherwise, may God bless you, my Kenya. Amen.